I'm Dorothy with Mom's Indoor Garden and also So Good Naturally. I'm back today doing videos again. Thank you so much for subscribing if you have, and if you haven't, please consider subscribing. But today we're going to talk about planting carrots indoors. I love indoor gardening. I kind of got away from it for a while and realized this is my passion, and we're going to go back and do a lot more indoor gardening. Hopefully I can give you some good tips and hints and all that stuff. If you have any comments or any questions, please add them to the bottom of this video. I'd love to hear from you. But for right now, let me show you what we're going to do. So this is my basic setup. I have an 8-foot window here, and I just put it's a 1x3 and just a little shelf, essentially just skirted by a 1x3. And as you can see from my video, I've kind of gotten distracted lately with some houseplant issues. But I'm going to remove the houseplants and go back to doing vegetable gardening indoors. So I have this 8-foot window bed, and I thought the space underneath is kind of not being used. So I did the same thing underneath, because you can plant flowers and vegetables anywhere. So I have this space underneath, and all I did to make this is I used a 1x3 on the floor, just upright. I just screwed it to the legs, and then I put some plastic so that I can water and things drip and it's not going to wreck my floor. It's just construction plastic, just the whole thing is lined. Makes it a lot easier. I'm not so concerned about making a mess. So in this 8-foot down below and in the 8-foot up above, so a total of 16 feet of garden space, and it's 12 inches wide, we're going to grow enough food to keep us in fresh vegetables all winter long. Okay, so let's start with carrots today. So you don't need much to grow carrots indoors. It's actually pretty easy. I have a tub here. It was a clear tub. I bought it at Walmart. I did spray paint it. They didn't have any solid colored ones. They only had the clear ones. And I don't like clear because the sun can get at the roots and can cause some fungus and bacteria issues. So I just took some old spray paint that I had and gave it a quick coat. I also have some soil here. This is actually stuff from my compost bin outside that's been composting for a couple of years. So it's really nice and light. The thing about indoor gardening is you have to make sure your soil is very light. You don't want to take just dirt from outside because it's much too heavy and your plants won't grow well in a container. And then also what I have here is cocoa fiber. I love this stuff. It's really great. It holds moisture, but not too much so your plants won't end up being soggy. But it holds the moisture in, and it helps fill up containers, quite frankly. Soil can be expensive, and this stuff goes a long way. So I have about a quarter of a bucket here, a 5-gallon bucket, and here's the bag. And I just took off a little corner to make that happen. So you can get this stuff anywhere, but I will provide an Amazon link at the bottom in the description. And then I just have some carrots. So like these are burpees, and like many seeds these days, they actually have a thing that says it's container friendly. So it tells you should put 12 plants per 12-inch container. All burpee seeds have that, and most other seed companies are providing that too, because indoor gardening is really becoming a very useful thing for us these days. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix my soil from my compost pile and the cocoa fiber. It's about 3 to 1 so ratio. I'm just going to mix it and put it in my container. Really important, the bottom of the container I drilled holes. So you want to put lots of holes because obviously the water needs to drain out, and that's one of the reasons I put plastic on the floor, because if the water drains out onto that plastic, it's no big deal. It's easy for me to clean up after the fact. Okay, so I have my soil in here mixed with the cocoa fiber, cocoa coir, and all I'm going to do is plant my carrots. Now, you have to remember with carrots that the carrot has a long taproot. So basically, this is a 12-inch, and I'm about 2 inches down. So I'm going to say I have 10 inches of soil here. So I'm going to get carrots that are about 5 inches long, because the taproot is going to go down much further than that. It's a rough guess, or a rough estimate, but I like to think that the taproot is going to be twice as long as the carrot. So if you keep that in mind, whatever container you use, your depth is going to be half what your carrot length is. So we're just going to plant just according to the instructions. So I put the carrot bin underneath on the lower level of my grow table system. And what I'm going to do, as soon as they start to sprout, probably a little bit sooner than that, is I'm going to add a grow light underneath. Also, I'm going to add a fan. A little bit of air circulation definitely helps your indoor garden grow stronger and better. But as far as grow lights go, I'm going to put a grow light, the one that is similar to the one over my pepper plants. Here, let me show you. So I have pepper plants growing over here, and I have a grow light that actually is almost as strong as the outside, the sunshine outside. I have a light meter on it that will show you that it is practically daylight. So it's a pretty strong grow light, and it does well with my peppers. I'm going to line the hole underneath with those same grow lights, so that all my vegetables underneath here will be happy and strong. So if you have any questions or comments, please let me know. I appreciate you tuning in. I'll keep you posted on how the carrots grow. Next week we're going to do broccoli and a couple other things. And just comment, subscribe. I really appreciate it. Thanks.